Guys, some breaking news. LL just got a buyout offer for $5.85. And it's up, man, up 41%, but it's at 410, 415. What's the chart look like? Hold on. Wow. $5.85 buyout offer. Look at this. Oh my gosh, my buddy was right. He's been telling me for weeks something's going on with LL. There's going to be an acquisition. Oh my lordy. Live Venture submits proposal to acquire LL Flooring for $5.85 per share. Here, I don't know how big, because they did have a previous offer which they turned down. See this big spike here? It went to 485. Now I don't remember how big that buyout offer was. I think it was in the fives. Maybe it was 550, and they turned it down. And now they have 585. Man, I think it's worth it to get something here, and then maybe get, if it pulls back, maybe get a little bit more. I know it's tough to buy something up 40%, but 585 is a big number. Okay, we'll get back to this in a second. There's some other news we got to get to. Man, I made my list, but like news flowing in very quickly here last minute. We'll get to CPI. We'll get to everything in just a second. Let me just look at GoodRx. GoodRx and Natus Health Solutions announces savings connect program with deliver lower percent. Now we have a lot more exciting things than that today. Clearfield sizes active cabinet to expand fiber first mover deployments. No, got better things than that. And okay, let's go to CPI. All right, let's go to CPI. All right, CPI came in a little bit hot. It was like 4.7, I think, versus 4.6, something like that, or 3.7 versus 3.6, whatever it was, a little bit hot. The headline number was. Apparently, the core was in line. And look at this. Market's still green. You can see TLT is down, right? So that's not good. This is not good for rates. This is what I think what's going on right now. I just heard Bloomberg, and everyone's like coming up with excuses of why this doesn't matter at all, and everything's still perfect. Look, I think there's been a kind of predestined or pre-planned move for the market to pump to the 50 DMA on SPY. Okay, it's been pumping for a few days. It's right near this gap fill. The gap fill here would be 438.64. Man, they want to get it there so bad. And maybe it gets there anyway on the mega caps, on the major indices. Maybe this move goes anyway, despite the slightly hot CPI. But man, I got to tell you, I don't think this is good for those monies and those companies that need to raise capital. As you see, TLT continuing to dive here. It's not good for KRE, IWM, and ARK. I don't think it's good. So maybe what happens today is you see the major indices do okay or slightly go up, but then I think it's a good idea to have some shorts or add to some shorts, some swing shorts. Let me just go to our list here. Like, for example, Beyond, right? You've been shorting Beyond. I added to the short on Beyond today. Look at it. It's diving after that CPI. So you can see the disconnect. You can see stocks like Beyond, Carvana, probably a good stock to short, even if the markets do okay today. Look at that. See that? I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that's what's going on. So you see that you're going to see this divergence today, I think, where the markets have this upward momentum still, and it might hang in there for a little bit more to that 50 DMA or a little bit more to that gap fill with SPY, QQQ, and some big caps. But man, this is a signal to continue shorting highly vulnerable stocks. On the top of my list here, there's three that are potential shorts for the day. Ford, with a big expansion of the strikes against them, came in last night. Man, I should have acted on it quicker when I saw the news. It was like 12:25, 12, something like that. And after hours, it still didn't react. But anyway, or short a little bit Ford. Foot Locker, big downgrade today. How much was the here? CFRA, $15 price target. Downgrades to sell. All right. It's been up sharply for many days. And now you get a downgrade. I think that's a good short. This is not in any particular order yet. We're going to go back and order this in just a bit. And I said Beyond, great short. So 3, Carvana, great short. I think today's a good day to have a nice little portfolio of short stocks, and maybe Beyond and Carvana probably, and Foot Locker maybe a little bit better than Ford. Ford like just seems to always hold up much better than I expected throughout this whole strike thing. So I don't know why it holds up so well. But in any case, Foot Locker, Beyond, Carvana, I think 3 great short ideas today. Now, to the long side, I'm a little bit more nervous about this end phase now. So Enphase, we've been watching this, waiting for a breakout of the 20. We missed the breakout of the 20. Yesterday broke out of the 50. Why do I have it near the top? Well, because First Solar got a huge upgrade this morning, and you can see the stock gapping up 3%. First Solar is, and First Solar still has more room now to 160. Now the thing is, First Solar is the second largest component of TAN. Okay, let's go to TAN ETF, and you can see here in the portfolio. Okay, First Solar 9.5%, Enphase 10.8%. So I'm thinking First Solar can move TAN, TAN can move Enphase. And not only that, Enphase moved into South Africa this morning. So 2 catalysts for Enphase this morning. Enphase Energy expands into South Africa, all right, with their solar modules. But man, it's like on a day like today, like I want to take a risk to the long side on something like Enphase. We'll get to ExxonMobil in a second. Maybe ExxonMobil, maybe something like Genie. We'll talk about it. 6 shorts to hedge against it. That's kind of my mindset for today. So Enphase, because what if Enphase doesn't work out? What if the market after the first half hour says, you know what, TLT is going down and let's just sell everything off, right? It's just this kind of upward momentum that people are trying to hang on to on the major indices right now, right? They're just trying to desperately hang on to this green, and they're the people with the big money, you know, their plans, let's get this to the 50 DM. They're desperately trying, but underneath it, I don't think this is healthy. So I'm like, yeah, I really like Enphase today. We already did pick up a nice big position in pre-market, but I want to hedge it. I'm a little worried about it. I want to hedge it because of everything I just explained. All right. Genie, some good news out. Look, when you look at this chart, man, if we didn't have CPI today, I would be all over this. Now, maybe it's even worth it now to get a small position at 530, because look at this chart, just this big pullback. What did they get? $8 price target by Cantor Fitzgerald today. That's a pretty big top. Imagine if this was a $500 stock like NVIDIA, and it gets an $800 price target today. It's up 1.73%. It was at 550 the other. I could see this doing well today. ExxonMobil, man, we tried to find the bottom yesterday. I love ExxonMobil today. I feel like you know, we're like day trading now. We're not doing that much swinging. Like we tried to find the bottom. A few times we failed. We finally found the bottom at the end of the day. We still lost money on the trade because we were in a few times early and we had to bail. At the end of the day, we made a lot of our losses back, but we didn't hold overnight because we're focused on day trading. We should have maybe held overnight because that was obvious. It found its bottom. And I told you the thesis yesterday morning why the initial reaction will be down because of dilution, but really it should rebound quickly. But guess what? This morning, 2 positive catalysts on Exxon. Okay, let's look at this. This morning they get a Truist raises price target from 110 to 130, raised from hold to buy. What's the other catalyst here? Oil. Look at oil. Let's take it. Oil up 1% and like surging into the open. So Exxon, it's almost like 3 things on top of each other with Exxon. You get the analyst upgrade, you get oil going up, and you're getting like this reversal move from yesterday's, you know, move that went too far to the downside. Okay. I'm just, you know what, as I'm talking, I'm like, I know Exxon's going to be near the top, either 1 or 2 probably. All right. Let's go down, see if we see anything else. All right. We, man, we are swinging. We did decide to swing these gun plays and border plays because of what's going on. You know what? Like, generally speaking, right now, if you're going to swing anything, it's got to be defense, energy, guns, and border because of the war. Or like day trade them every day, man. Buy the dips on defense stocks. Look at like if you only kept like Lockheed Martin or Northrop Grumman, look at this slow, steady move up. You know, things are like really crazy in Israel right now. Like the biggest, what's it called? Battle group or something off the coast of Israel now from the United States. It sounds like they want to send another one. Apparently Israel bombed like airports in Syria this morning. There's a lot of tension that, you know, who knows? It could be a regional war with Iran. I mean, this stuff is freaking crazy. So defense and oil are really good bets in this market. And then the domestic worry about terror and the border, and people worried about, hey, what happened at the Israeli border? Maybe it can happen here at the southern border. That's going to be driving stocks like SWBI, gun stock, POWW, gun stock, Geo, border security stock, and there's also RGR gun stock. All right, so that's enough. I have to cover REL. REL had earnings. I quickly tried to play it last night on a headline beat, but when I looked at the press release deeper, I didn't even listen to the conference call yet, and I don't think I need to, because if you read the full press release, they talk about their guidance, and they're still saying, that the recovery, a major recovery, is a few quarters away. Meaning they don't really have visibility into a few quarters. How do they know a few quarters? Like they really don't have visibility into when they're going to get their major recovery. So they did 9 cents EPS, which really beat the street. They beat revenue by a couple million. But the problem is, you take 9 cents and you annualize it, you get to 36 cents. You're talking about a PE of 11 divided by 36, a PE of 30, when they're not even giving you good guidance of when things are going to turn around. I don't know, a PE of 30 in this environment, a little bit rich. It could fly, but I just think there's better things. So I took a little loss. I bought 1150 on the headline. I sold this morning at like 1120, but it was a very small position. All right, so that's a story on REL. By the way, Geo, I've noticed that Geo has initial moves that go with the market, like we see TLT dropping and some of the markets pulling back. But then it just like rebounds back fast because it's not moving with the market. It's moving with the border worries. So a lot of ideas here. Let's see if we can figure it out. Listen, I really like Ford, Foot Locker, Beyond, and Carvana. It's not even here as shorts, but I don't think I want to make them number one picks of the day because lower price stocks, well, Carvana puts could work, but there's no specific catalyst in Carvana. I would just be playing CPI coming in a little bit hot. So I don't think that's good enough to make it the number one pick. Okay. So look at that. Keeps going down though. So listen, I'm going to really be a proponent of, we have our number one pick, but have a nice portfolio of shorts today. But in any case, what are we going to go alongside? It's okay. I think it's going to be Exxon and then Enphase. All right. Exxon and Enphase. I gave you the thesis on Exxon. Let's kind of look at the chart, see what the potentials are. We have some resistance here at 108.29. And then all the way, I don't think you're going to get all the way up here to 110, but at least 108.29 looks like right here. There was the high before this gap up on Monday, right? Monday was the Israel war. So like 108.30 would be the first target, okay, on Exxon, and then we'll take it from there. Enphase again, I'm in this, but I worry about it. If I'm long this, I'm going to watch my capital very carefully. If it doesn't break out, we're going to get out. It's good to maybe monitor TAN along with this, monitor First Solar along with this. Initial target would be yesterday's high, 131.91, and if it breaks out of that, you get a big move to. But I kind of am suspicious of this move because if TLT is going down, right, and it's still, you're going to tell me that the Enphase is going to, because if you break the 50-day, like we're talking to what, like a swing move to $150, $155, that's going to happen now in this environment. I'm a little bit suspicious of that. So in any case, if I'm going to be long Enphase, I want to be short Ford, Foot Locker, Beyond, and Carvana as a hedge. Okay. And then Genie, I don't know, man. It could work, but just I think these other ideas are better. Like maybe a small position in Genie could be okay. And then we're going to have to move up our gun and border stocks. Okay, let's do this. So I'm not going to make these gun and border stocks a number one pick of the day. I think these are just going to be swings, right? Let's just call these swings. So SWBI and, oh my, where is it? Okay, POWW. So that's Smith & Wesson, Ammunition Inc. Okay, and do you guys see it? Where's our border security stock? Okay, Smith. Okay, what? Oh my gosh, I can't see it. There's the SLT. Geo. Okay. Oh, it's right because it's right there. Okay. All right. So Exxon long, Enphase long, but hedge that Enphase with short Ford, short Foot Locker, short Beyond, short Carvana, and then swings in Smith and this is a 52-week high, by the way, for SWBI. It's not yet. No, it was a closing high though. Yesterday was a closing high. 52-week highs at 1407. So look for a break of 1407. Then this can really move. Okay. So, all right, let's review this one more time. It's 916. All right. So we're swinging SWBI and PAL. PAL, you can see 230 by 235 right now. The high earlier this week, it got double resistance there right at 236. So if you break out at 236, you see you have some resistance at 240 to 250. This one, I don't know, man. I think this is and resistance at 260. So yeah, a bunch of resistance levels, but I'm not sure how much technicals are going to matter on stocks like SWBI and PAL. You know, we have that terror threat for Friday that's out on social media, where the leader of Hamas, or the founder of Hamas gave a speech. You can find it on social media, at least the written translation of it, basically urging jihadi terrorist acts on Friday, this Friday, around the world, and in America as well, in major cities. So I think that is going to be driving, and just still the reverberations of what happened in Israel, in America. People are, I guarantee you, I don't know, like the numbers, I guarantee you there's a gigantic surge all week long in people buying guns and ammunition, especially across the southern border. You know, bank on it. That's happening. It's absolutely happening. The question is, how is that impacting the fundamentals? To what extent? But the sentiment of that, you get tailwinds in SWBI and Powell on this. And man, I wish I shorted Carvana when I saw the hot CPI. Okay, now we're breaking this 37. And I think we're going to be re-challenging 35 on Carvana, but not huge size. You know, I want to spread my bets on these shorts because I don't know which one might fail. It's always scary shorting, right? Because these are highly shorted, and you can have short squeezes at any time. I think I like to kind of spread my bets on short forward, Foot Locker, Beyond, and Carvana against long end phase, and then we're also going to go long Exxon. And then we're swinging SWBI, POWW, and GEO. That's it. That's the plan for today. Hope you like it. Good luck, guys. It's 9:18 a.m., and we'll check in with you at 1 p.m. Take care.